Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout, and this is a page kit that I had put together to go to my crop. And before I started the video, I just cut out some of this big flowers that was on that pattern paper just because I went up one day and I just really didn't feel like scrapbooking, but I felt like doing something, and I thought, let's just cut some of these flowers out so that when I'm ready to do the layout, I had the layout out of its pouch, like the page protector, or not the page protector, but the baggie that it was in. But I just couldn't find any inspiration to scrapbook whatsoever. So I just sat there and I watched The 100 on my Netflix, and I cut out those flowers, and then I just kind of sat and stared for a bit, and then I went and did some other stuff. And this, was a few days later when I felt like scrapbooking again or being in my craft room. I came upstairs and started working on this layout. I love this pattern paper. It's like this blue, and it looks like I did the misting, but it was like that, and I believe that's either Maggie Holmes or Dear Lizzie, one of the two. I had, like I said, went through and made like 15 or 16 page kits for my weekend away, and now I'm slowly going through those and getting them scrapped. One thing I need to do is I need to go with my card from my camera and just print a whole bunch of pictures. Like I haven't done that in over a year, and I find that I'm finding it harder and harder to scrapbook. I don't mind once in a while to go through my card and pick pictures and print them out right away, but I like to have my stack of photos, and then I'll do an event all at once, or at least pick the pictures and divide them into piles, and then as I have page kits, I put them out with the page kits. Even though I always start with the pattern paper, I just like to have those pictures on hand, and not, because a lot of times when I feel like scrapbooking, and just knowing that I have to print the picture is enough to make me turn around and go back downstairs and go, I don't even know which one I want to get printed. I'll just go later. So I love, even though I don't start with the picture, as I'm going through my page kits, I like to have newer pictures to pick from so that I feel excited to scrapbook. Now this page kit was, there was only 2 full pattern papers, which was the flowers and the background, and the rest was leftovers from another layout. And they were from a 6x6 pattern paper, and they were just leftovers. They were all between 2 and probably 3.5 inches. And I'm trying to figure out if you saw me going from, going straight across, or just making layers in behind the photos, just, with the strips one on top of the other. And then I'm just playing with the embellishments to see where I could put the embellishments. One of them is a little card, and that was a DIY embellishment that I had put together with just leftover embellishments, and I created that little card. And I know I want to use that for my journaling. So at this point, I'm like, okay, you got to make a decision. So basically all I'm going to do is just take the strips of pattern papers, and I'm just going to layer them a little bit on top of each other, not that they're butted up against each other, but just so that a little bit of each pattern paper is showing through. And once I made that decision, this layout came together pretty quickly. I'd say the first 10 or 15 minutes was just looking at it going, I have no idea what I want to do with these strips. Do I want to cut them up? Do I want to put them straight out? Once I decided and what I was going to do, I just inked the edges, and then because I had a lot of embellishments that were already kind of pre-made. I mean, that little card is a card that was pre-made in one of my DIYs. The flowers, I had cut them out before, and then the rest I just kind of am going to divide them into the embellishment clusters, and this layout came together quite quickly. But while I'm doing that, I'll just tell you a little bit about the photos. There are two sets of photos. I had texted my second daughter, which is Caitlin. I had texted her last week or the week before and said, do you have any recent photos of you and Mason lately? And within seconds, she had sent me a couple of them. One of them is really cute, the one on the left. And I think it was in the same session. And you know, all those apps that you can have on your phone. Anyway, they added like fawn facial. She added fawn facial like over their face, and it's super cute. And that was perfect because that's exactly what I want to talk about for this layout, is the special bond that those two have together. Actually, I said to her not that long ago, I said, I don't know why that kid loves you as much as he does, because she torments him all the time. I mean, when he goes to her house about, I'd say once every 2 weeks or so, because my oldest daughter's boyfriend lives in the same city as my daughter lives in. So every time that she goes over, Caitlin takes him for a night and they spend time together. And he absolutely just loves her and Pat, which is her fiance. And he goes and he spends, time with them, and they take him places, and he spends the night, and he just loves going and knowing that he's going to be able to spend time with her. And then it just seems that a lot of times when he'll come over here, she's quite the homebody, so she does come home quite often. And Mason, we try to take him almost, every weekend, at least one night. And except when they're away, then we can't take him. But when he's around, we try to take him at least one night. And then a lot of times she'll be over too. So they do spend a lot of time together. And like I said earlier, she torments him. Like, she just teases him all the time, but he just absolutely loves her. And she spends, like I said, a lot of time with him, and she plays games with him, and takes him to the park, or takes him, all that kind of stuff. So he adores spending time with her. And even when we went to Halifax, which is about 3 hours away, to see if we could, she just wanted an idea what she wanted for a wedding dress, not thinking that we're going to get it that day. But she wanted him to come to that, which was a long day. We left at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we got home. We left at 7:10 in the morning, and when we drove in the driveway that night, it was 7:11 or something like that. So we were exactly gone 12 hours, and she wanted him to be part of that. And so that's what I wanted to do with this layout, is to talk about the special bond that him and Caitlin has. And she even says, like, I'm okay if I don't have any kids, because I'm an aunt, so, or aunt, depending on where you live. And she loves just spending time with him and being his auntie. She absolutely loves that, and he loves her for it too. And so the title is just going to be Special Bond, and on that little card I'm going to talk about the bond that they have and that they love spending time together. And no matter how much she bugs him, he still loves his Auntie Katie and wants to spend as much time as he possibly can with her. And I'm just using, these are thicker rulers, and it's so that you can decide where you're going to put your title. And I'm going to decide on the side. I do that quite a bit, but I haven't done it in a while. And what I love is once I decided, I just kind of push down, and there's my title. It is there, and it comes with a few different rulers, and I'll probably have a little video talking about just the rulers. But that's it. That's going to be it for this layout. Again, no close-ups, as I'm trying to get a few of these done before I go back to work. But if you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.